Hi everyone, welcome to week 7. After this week, you'll have completed the lynda.com course. So if you have a LinkedIn account, you can easily share your certificate. As you may know, LinkedIn now owns lynda.com. So they make that really easy. What I find so exciting about technology today is that it's so much easier to use compared to just a few years ago. And so much of it is available for free. For you as instructors, the easiest way to integrate technology into your teaching is to leverage the tools within the Learning Management System, D2L, as well as the other tools supported by your institution, which I know many of you already do. On the other hand, students should be encouraged to use many of these free technologies to demonstrate what they've learned. Let your students be the creators using the tools they know or need to know to show you what they know. And I know many of you already do that. So students can use YouTube to record final presentations or group presentations, post an interview, just to demonstrate or explain an application, and many of these other free Web 2.0 tools can do the same. So I would encourage you to just let your students try it out and consider some of those alternative assessments. So my sense is that none of you have embraced Twitter, which is fine, but please do post your required tweets so you receive credit for the course. It only takes a minute. And if you decide to never use it again, you can delete your account when this class is over. I hope a few of you will decide to keep your account and use it for research. So for example, here's one of the organizations I follow, the Online Learning Consortium, and you'd be surprised. The number of followers this organization has, you can really benefit from just following Twitter, and you don't really have to be active on it. And then Twitter can also be used for students to demonstrate their learning, like this other slide, share some ideas of how students can use Twitter for assessment. And by the way, your Twitter assignment for this week is an example of using a popular classroom technique called a cat. And the cat that I'll be using or will be using with Twitter is the muddiest point. So you'll simply need to reply to my muddiest point tweet about what's confusing in this course. Thank goodness there's a limit to just 140 characters, but it'll be a specific example. So please take a minute to do that so you'll get credit. Oops. So as I mentioned before, technology can be great for students to create alternative assessments or student-generated content. And here's just a few examples on the slide here. And you've heard a lot about this through the lynda.com video and throughout the course. And by the way, I'm really sorry about the issues with VoiceThread. Thanks for pointing out the issues, and I think they've finally been resolved. So please post your audio or video comment to the VoiceThread for class. And if you do decide to try VoiceThread, especially for interactive discussions, it may be best to use it multiple times because there is a bit of a learning curve. Despite the tech glitches, I think VoiceThread may have been a better option for this class, perhaps as a replacement for some of our discussions, or maybe the Twitter assignments. Whoops, I keep doing that. Sorry about that. So one big question is, how do we know what works? Technology and teaching is still evolving, but we really do need more data about whether it really impacts student learning. So the next time you try a new strategy or technology, take a few minutes to get feedback from your students. I didn't really see much enthusiasm for this activity last week, so here are some simple questions I used when we evaluated clickers at DU. But the question is, Can clickers or technology really enhance student learning? And my response to that, and I'm sure you'll agree, is it really depends. If technology is implemented strategically, based on sound instructional strategies and principles like we've discussed in this class, I believe it really can enhance student learning, but we really need to do more research. And I really think everyone in this class is doing some awesome things in your teaching, and I really encourage you to share it with the world. Considering trying out one of the things you learned in this class from your colleagues or from the content, and then consider presenting your findings at the ELCC conference this year. This is a great local conference, and it'd be a great way for all of you to share some of the exciting things you're doing. But remember, it's really important to collect that data for formative feedback on technology use or really any new instructional design technique or strategy. So that's all for now. Thank you for listening and have a good week.